Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Agrias, and today is it. It's the last day before both Global and Japan get their brand new Final Fantasy Tactics event, and I am sure that there are a lot of people out there who are very excited for it. You know, there are the Ramza fans, there are the Orlando fans, there are the people who are just going to get a free Gafgarian and be happy with that, and as for the Japan side, of course there's Delita, Agrias, and Mustadio, and they are going to be happy with their stuff as well. So let's go over the last little bit of news, and I'll be ending this video with some advice, but I'll also be doing a live stream tomorrow about the time that both events are up. So if you're interested, please join me, and let's celebrate Tactics coming out. So let's start with the Japan side, because that is the side that I play, and one of the big things that will be happening tomorrow is a version update, version 1.5. This is also interesting for global people, because this is when a big feature that all of you guys have wanted for a very short time, and every JP player has been wanting for a long time, which is auto ability on and off. So you will be able to choose when your AI can use certain abilities or not. You can turn abilities off, you can turn abilities on, you can kind of customize your AI. There's also going to, I do believe, be added the skip function. There's going to be some fixes to different things. There's going to be a few updates to do with that kind of stuff, but overall, I think the AI is the big one that a lot of people have been waiting for, myself included. So, there you go. But we also got a good look at what will be coming for the second event that is undoubtedly coming to Global as well, of Final Fantasy Tactics. Now, for the Japan side, as it turns out, we are getting 2 UR characters and 1 SSR. For you global people, that is a MR rarity. So, who are they? Well, Agrias, she turned out to be Ice. And I get it. A lot of people are already questioning, wait, why is Agrias Ice? That's maybe not the element that you think of. Holy Knight kind of seems like she would be good with the Holy element. And if there's one thing that we've noticed so far, Gafgarian is dark, Ramza is light, Orlando is lightning, Delita is fire, Agrias is ice, and Mustadio is earth. The key thing to note here is that the design team seems to be making them one of each element so that they do not conflict with awakening materials. Also, I think mono-element teams just haven't really showed their benefit yet in the game, so it's not much of a problem. But yeah, Agrias is going to be a ice elemental character. Her main job is Holy Knight, her secondary job is Paladin, and her last job is Cleric. Her basic description seems to be, and my assumption is that she's going to be the more support-ish character in this event, in the same way that Ramza was the support-ish character from the first event. I expect both to be pretty similar in the fact that both Agrias and Ramza will be mostly supporting the party, and then will also be dishing out some damage as well. This is collaborated by the fact of the video that we saw introducing Final Fantasy Tactics Part 2, where we saw some damage abilities and some healing abilities too. And there is the biggest difference. When some people are saying, hey, well, Ramza is just going to get replaced by Agrias, not true. As a matter of fact, I think that is 100% and totally false. Because Agrias is kind of more knight-based abilities, as well as her healing abilities, speak to a more defensive buff character, and in her description she is also supposedly supposed to help with magic damage too, which means that Agrias falls in the line of a more defense-oriented character and could synergize pretty well with a very long, like a team that could run a pretty long time. But either way, Agrias, I think, will be pretty darn valuable. If nothing else, she can synergize with some good ice element teams, and there are plenty of people out there with Medenia, so I think Agrias will do well enough. Now, next character is the character that I think is going to be in direct competition with Orlando. Now, for people who are wondering, well, his first primary job is Squire, his secondary job is Soldier, and his final job is Paladin. Again? Really? Okay, well, I guess we got the whole night theme going. Chair is a little wobbly. I don't know why. Anyway, back to it. Paladin is obviously a very defensive base class, but Squire and Soldier, to me, scream out that he will be incredibly high HP. I think overall that's the thing that I think will synergize super well in this kit, is that he's going to end up with a ton of HP and a ton of attack. And for people who are wondering about his speed, thinking that his speed will be low, I'm not entirely convinced that his speed will be low. First of all, the thing that he has going for him is a limited time character, and every limited time character that has been a UR character in War of the Visions has been spectacular. So I'm not worried about Delita at all. As a matter of fact, I think Delita's even going to potentially be stronger than Orlando for a couple reasons. When Orlando was first coming out, I did not see how he would be able to match for speed. He didn't have Ninja, he didn't have Thief, he didn't have any fast, speedy subclass. So I thought that his overall performance would be lower, but it turns out that on the JP side, from empirical evidence, that he is a pretty darn fast character still. That's just because his stats were plenty high enough in terms of speed. They were not the highest, but they were high enough that he did not fall behind. Delita could very much, and I would expect to be very much the same thing. He may not have a fast subclass, but I really think that he is going to be a fast character anyway. And regardless, the fact of Squire as well as Soldier should mean that he has a lot of attack up passives. I think this character will be really, probably pretty easily going over 1,000 attack, if not much higher, depending on whale builds. I think this will be the highest damaged character in the game by far. It should be noted that soldiers usually sacrifice some HP, which has kind of been a little bit of the concern, because if you look at someone like Stern doesn't have exactly a ton of HP, and he does weaken himself pretty quickly. But if the Paladin class actually fixes that, and he just has a good amount of speed, he won't have to worry about sacrificing his HP to do a massive amount of damage. Either way, I think Delita is going to be incredibly powerful. I really think that he will become the highest DPS very quickly on the JP side. He's a limited time unit, and limited time units have not faltered yet. Warrior of Light was way stronger than a lot of stuff that came out before him. So yeah, I'm expecting Delita to be insanely strong. And the last is Mustadio, who is your basic gunner package. For anybody who's building a gunner team, I think this is totally fine. MR rarity, I think he'll be still plenty good. He has a Machinist job, he has Thief, which means he'll probably be pretty darn quick, and he'll also have Ranger. His kit is basically said to have a lot of status effect causing stuff. You shoot the enemy, but the enemy doesn't really get to move, I guess, maybe act, but I'm expecting him to have some pretty douchebaggy abilities that will probably make him another Gafgarian. In other words, an MR unit that is very strong, but doesn't quite measure up to the level of a lot of UR characters. Either way, I think he's just going to be really, really strong, and that's about all I got to say about that. Next up is the UR card. Now, for anyone on the JP side, you will get a copy of this UR card for free, but if you want extra copies, if you want to uncap it, you are going to need to pull. So that makes, we'll get there. I'll get there in a second. But it does have attack up, evasion down, and party aim up. So the single ability is attack up, but evasion down. Everybody accuracy, which makes it a very strong card, because tower evasion was a problem on the enemy side. So having more aim, I think this card is really good. I think it's really good. I don't know if it's necessarily whale worthy, but the fact that we get one free copy is pretty nice on the JP side, and I will not look a gift horse in the mouth. And surprise, surprise, there was something that was not announced in the video. I always love a little bit extra when we're getting a little bit extra, and here it is. It is the Chocobo Vision card. For the Final Fantasy Tactics event, you will be able to get this Vision card. A single ability up is Magic up, and the secondary, I do believe, is Light attack up. So good for if you've been building your light units. Engelbert, Ramza, lots of characters will get benefit out of this. A matter of fact, I think this card might even just be really good on Ramza. If you've built him as a Spellblade, this is potentially a really nice magic up companion that's not too expensive, as well as it will increase his light-based damage abilities, so it might overall just end up working out really nicely. Either way, getting one copy of this card will unlock the Chocobo summon, and I don't need to explain why that's good. It's a Chocobo summon. And also based on the card, we can probably assume that this Chocobo, also because it's a Meteor Chocobo from Final Fantasy Tactics, will be a magic-based summon, so another good companion for magic characters. But overall, I am more than a little worried about this general banner, because this general banner sees a lot of stuff coming back. You see Orlando, Ramza, the original card from the first run, and then you have 2 MR or SSR quality units and 2 UR units too, plus a UR card. It is a lot of stuff. It is a lot of stuff. I'm just saying a raid up would probably benefit everybody. And if you get the care, as always on the JP side, and this is something that global players should know too, these are daily event quests. The sooner you get the character, the more character shards you can get from daily quests. So if you are pulling on the JP side, you want to pull basically day 1 or day 2 and try and get these characters. Total will get you 50 character shards. So yeah. Also, for spending Lapis, this is a thing on the JP side. It doesn't have to be paid Lapis. It can be free Lapis too. As you spend more Lapis, you will get some bonus character shards, and this time it is Delita, not Agrias. Okay, alright, well I guess I'll just have to suffer for that. Also, there'll be a Chocobo Exploration specially for the Final Fantasy Tactics event Part 2, and that event will give you some extra currency, chance at character shards, yada yada yada, and so on and such and forth. So yeah, that's basically the event. It is the collaboration part 2. We will see special login bonuses as well. The first day, you're going to get that Gafgarian, as well as some Lapis and the card, and every day after that, you will get some extra stuff too. So a total of 3,000 Lapis. There was also the mention of some up rates, some up events, you know, more job points, stuff like that. Usually, this stuff is pretty common, so it's not so much of a big deal. What is kind of a big deal is there's also going to be a commercial shop. A special commercial for running a promo for this event will net some extra stuff for everybody. There'll be, of course, the exchange shops, which we have all come to expect at this point. Possibly some... I'm not going to touch those in this video. I'm going to wait and see what those are later. Sorry, just something else, but there will also be a free 10 multi-pull for everybody on the JP side. And getting into what the banners look like, much like Global, you will see some split banners with coins for their respective character. You'll see a Vision card plus Mustadio and Delita banner, where the coins on this banner will go specifically towards the Delita shop, where the Delita shards are. And then likewise, there will also be a similar kind of banner for Agrias as well. And the other thing to note is that there will be some step-ups in Japan, as well as some special banners. This one is pretty special. You're going to see a guaranteed 4 URs. They can be either 4 Vision cards, 4 units, or somewhere in between, I do believe, because it doesn't make specific mention. It's 2,000 paid Lapis, but 4 URs is pretty good deal. Best of luck to anyone going for the Tactics units. And speaking of going for the Tactics units and step-ups, here we are. Say hello to a 3-step step-up. that has 10 summons along the entire way, guaranteed a UR unit or a UR vision card on each and every step, with the final step being a guaranteed Final Fantasy Tactics unit, not a vision card. You will not get the vision card off the Step Up banner. But obviously, there are 4 possibilities: Ramza, Delita, Agrias, and Landu. This is probably where I'd start if I was pulling on the JP side, just because the guaranteed one, yeah. And other than that, just character summons and all of that kind of stuff. The stuff that we usually expect. And there will be a 300 lapis purchase per day, this time for 7 days, that will feature a few different things, and more importantly, one of those rainbow rocks. So if you're really into spending on the JP side, there is that. And of course, the kind of repeat second chance at getting Gafgarian, Ramza, and Orlandu, as well as crafting the gold sword, will return too. And I don't think there's really much else. There's also going to be an EX phase for crafting something interesting and different. And there will be a book farming spot. It kind of plays pretty similar to the global news too. And speaking of the global news, so taking a look at what we found out from the global update, Ramza is the only safety net possible character that you guys can get. There is no safety net Orlandu, which isn't surprising. It was exactly like that on the JP side. You will be able to buy from Lapis from the shop some character shards for Orlandu, but even the exchange shop won't have anything Orlandu based, and that's not surprising. Orlandu is the premium unit. He is the unit, the very clear unit that people want, and Gummy knows that they can get people to spend on this banner. So that is exactly the target and purpose. But if you are interested in Ramza, and I have already made a strong case as to why I think Ramza is a really good unit, and potentially a better unit because of the safeties and whatnot, but there will be a unit pack that will probably range around $80 to $100, you know, about the price of a Final Fantasy VII remake or whatnot. That will be purchasable in the shop if you are looking for just something guaranteed. There's also supposed to be a pack that also will power him up, that will have, I believe, character shards in it and the stuff you need to basically awaken him. So Ramza comes with a bit of a safety options for how you can do it. Plus, if you spend approximately 20k lapis on the Ramza banner and you get 1,000 of his medals, you will just be able to get him right from the exchange shop. So Ramza is definitely the safety net unit, and overall I do recommend him. He has been great for me on the JP side. He has been one of my, basically just my most reliable units, and to that extent I think he is really good. Can't move it out of the way. There he is. And so yeah, the only other thing is I want to make a very strong case for this. This is something that any mid-level spender should definitely get. It is a pretty cheap little pack. It's about $10, but it comes with a little bit of paid lapis, but more importantly, it comes with a very special vision card. This vision card is AP acquisition up 20% for the unit using it, and the party ability is JP acquisition up 50%. This is the farming card. This is, yes, it is a benefit to people who are spending money, and for people who are spending smaller amounts of money, this is a great bundle. This is a fantastic bundle. This is the temptation bundle for all of you, because I know you all know how much farming by now there is in War of the Vision, and yeah, it's very little to say except that I always have this, just let me get that out of the way, I always have this card attached to my party. It's not fully leveled because I just keep forgetting to level it, kind of thing. But yes, it is the best when you are just farming up a party for job points. This is the way to do it. Just put it on your farm party and go, 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 go. It's fantastic, synergizes with all your other JP up bonuses, so yeah, $10, if you are interested in it, 100% recommend it. That is actually more the bigger thing that I wanted to do in this video, is just recommend this because you guys can check that global news and see what's coming out. But for global players, given the news, I'm not surprised. It is what I thought. Landu is definitely strong. He is a unit that is very self-reliant and is a very, very capable unit with range, speed, strength, all that good stuff. But getting him to level 99 is difficult, possibly even in 2 events, depending on how your RNG rolls. Ramza is a much easier unit to get for free-to-players in the sense that there is a free-to-play safety net, and building him is probably much, much more possible, especially if you are spending money. But if you're like between the JP side and the global side, I can say that I did not have the best experience pulling multiple copies of him, which made him overall just a little too expensive. But RNG is RNG. And Gafgirian is the one that I will once again recommend to every global player out there. I mean, if you're not going for Landu, if you're not going for Ramza, or if you are, still get enough shards to at least make sure you can max out your Gaf, because he is a strong unit for a free MR. Definitely good. Definitely. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I've talked enough, and tomorrow, again, I will be live streaming really early, 4 p.m.-ish Japanese Standard Time, and we will just enjoy the new tactics event, global side and JP side together. Look at that. Gummy bringing us all together. There's going to be a lot of joy tomorrow, and a lot more salt. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.